Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier. Welcome to Fibdiggity. Welcome to Fibdiggity. Today is March the 3rd. I'm on just a little bit earlier. This morning I have a lot I need to get done. So Penelope's here waiting for her new outfit. We are working on watercolors. Sunday evening, I gave away 5 of these and kept one for myself, but I think I made an extra one for giveaway today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's my extra one? I thought I had an extra one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe not. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Who is out there? Is that Mina? Hi, Mina. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I want to finish these up today. I want to get them sent out so that they'll have them by March 17th. So we're going to do some watercoloring. And I'm going to kind of do it production style. Like I'm going to do all the greens. I'll probably start off with the reds of his beard here. And do all the greens. I thought I had another one. Oh well. It's easy enough to do. I made a pattern. Maybe that's what made me think I had another one. I made a pattern and then I just kind of outline the pattern, then I fill them in. So we're going to get started on that. I also have a sale haul from Rebecca. Miss Rebecca. So let's see, rather than do this one, which I use for, let's juice up my watercolors here. I need to give me a minute here. I need to get over to my notepad and so I can see folks coming in, but let me juice up my watercolors so that they'll be ready to use. I might just go ahead and do a drawing first. Let me get into my stream here so I can welcome folks in. We might just go ahead and give this one away. I am going to this is watercolor. And I learned from Artie Dar that if I do a very, very light varnish on this, it will protect it through the mail. Got 10 of you out there. Welcome in. If you're up in the balcony, of course my phone is not showing my chat. I get nothing but blank lines, blank spaces. Come on. There it is. Oh, it's Dee Dee. It's a bit overcast where Dee Dee is. Rhonda said, I can't see the blood moon. Cloudy. Oh, is there a blood moon tonight? The pain has been a lot more than I expected, but the tumor also is bigger than I thought it was. Becky, 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 you are in my thoughts and prayers. Becky has a cancer above your, is it your left eye? Is that the one that's bothering you? There's a blood moon going on outside, Mina says. I want to see it. Oh, there's Jersey. Hi, Jersey. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Welcome in. Becky Prayers, Arlene says, Becky Prayers at your eye heals. That pic looks like it hurts. She said, I had some cancer removed yesterday from my left eye. Good morning, Miss Jersey. Good morning. I'm just kind of reading down my chat here. And Dee Dee popped in, and Becky, and Becky said, I probably won't be able to watch long as my left eye is still pretty swollen this morning. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You know you are in our thoughts and prayers, Becky girl. Rhonda's here. I got to start getting on just a little bit earlier in the morning so I can see Miss Rhonda. All right, let's go ahead and let me get my head on straight about this. I gave away 5, and that's what these are. I want to give one away today. You know what? I might just do it early so you early folks can get in on a giveaway. And you'll have a good chance of winning because there aren't that many people in here. So these are the 5. This could be the one for giveaway, and if I make an extra one, I'll have one for me. So we're going to make an extra one, but let's go ahead and do the giveaway, because I would like to see you folks. I need a paper. I would like to see you folks that come in early, and then you leave, and you don't get a chance to win anything. I cleaned off my top of my cart yesterday. I was in here yesterday listening to Dee Dee while I was doing these envelopes. And I was sorting out, cleaning up my cart, and my brother brought in the sale haul that I got from Rebecca. All right, this will just be a fast giveaway, and it will be one of you early birds. You have a fairly good chance of winning. So I'm going to put early bird giveaway, leprechaun. Early bird leprechaun giveaway. And they'll go out this week. I do want to seal these. And I think I will take the iron to the back of them. Now, I got this out of the leprechaun book that I got from Jacqueline. And so this is really my sketch of an illustration in there. And I'm not really claiming this guy as my design. So I'm not signing it down here. But I will put my name up here on the return address, and then I document it here. It's a leprechaun illustration inspired by Wayne Anderson, is the guy who did the leprechaun in the book. So you'll get that, and then I'll put whoever. And do not, if you win it, do not open it because there's nothing in it. This is your happy mail. So the range will be, let's see how many are in here now. There's 17 of you. I'm still going to make it 1 to 100. And you got a good range of numbers to pick from. So I'm going to put in a go. If you want one, and if you're up in the balcony and want to come in just for the giveaway, go ahead. And I'll just give you some time. While you're doing that, I'm going to open these. I've had these around for a while. I got them at Walmart. They are Royal Langnickel, I believe. No, it says Gold Teflon. I thought these were Royal. Yeah, they're Royal Langnickel. But they've got some of the smaller brushes in there. So I'm going to go ahead and open these. They usually have a zipper on their packages, but they don't on that one. So let me reach over here in my Angie bowl. And oh yeah, they do have a zipper there. Let me cut the little. I was going to say, they usually have a little pouch that they keep these things in. Come on. He's still blocking it. So I'm gonna pull these out. I'm gonna pull the whole kit and caboodle out here. Throw that away. Can't keep it all, Mary. Can't keep it all. I'm gonna cut this off too. There we go. Then I have a little pouchy pouch to keep these in. Royal Lang nickels are pretty good brushes. I used to hang out with a gal, Giselle Grenier, and she used to represent Royal Lang nickel on her channel. She was from Canada. She knew some of the, or her husband did, or something like that. She had some kind of a connection to them. And I think she's still online, but she isn't doing art. She veered over in doing some web work. And that was a few years ago. I don't know what she's doing now. She used to do wildlife. I met her on Yahoo groups when I was still up in Wisconsin. Ooh, my tummy's kind of upset today. I had popcorn last night, and man, I taste it. Popcorn usually doesn't upset my tummy. I was hungry, and it was kind of late, and I didn't really want to cook anything. And so I thought, well, I wasn't hungry for popcorn, but I know popcorn fills me up. So I made a pan of popcorn, and this morning my tummy is rebelling. Alrighty, so there we go. Do we have any numbers out there? We do. I'm going to put in the stop. And I didn't go to Random Org. I haven't even looked at the numbers. Let's go. I might even have it in my history if I can. Sometimes Gemini has messed up my... Oh, I'm there. Can I refresh it here? Well, it's 1 to 100. It's good. It's on the... it's not on the sequence, but that's okay. We'll just do it max 1 to 100. And let's see. Can you guys see it? Let me turn my... And I can't turn my... I don't like what they did to my phone. Gemini, they hid my... I used to be able just to bring down my brightness on this. All right, I'll just stand up. So you can see 1 to 100, generate, and it is 65. 65. I do appreciate having more than one phone. Who won it? Mary, did you intend to pin Aunt Beck's comment? Well, no, but what did she say? She's going to get crocheting a dishcloth in the balcony. Okay. Well, we'll remove the... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I meant to unpin it. I removed your message, balcony. No, I removed your... I didn't mean to delete your message, Becky. I meant to unpin it. I'm not off to a good start. Oh, hi, Lisbeth. Lisbeth says prayers for Becky. Thank you, Becky. She said it's okay. Let's see. The number was 65. Who won it? Rhonda had 13. Becky had 62. All righty. I think it was Becky. Becky, we'll get this sent off this week. I want to finish watercoloring. It was 65. Becky had 62. I kind of do this for my own info later. I got them sitting all around though. And I don't know if you'll get this one or one of these. This was the first one I did. I might send this one to me because he was kind of a, you know how your first one is not always the latest. I mean, it's not always the best because you're just getting at it. Let me get another envelope and I'll show you how I draw them. And then we'll watercolor them. And then later, we will open Rebecca's package. I think I got a lot of fabric. All right, I do it in pencil first. And let me get here to my pencils. And I do it in pencil first, and then I come in with a permanent marker, and then I erase all my pencil lines and watercolor them. So I just put it like this, and let's see, I'm kind of out of frame, aren't I? I don't know why everything looks so dark to me this morning. Everything looks dark except for the glare. Let's see, I have this black napkin. Let's do this. Now, let me zoom in just a teeny bit. And then I'll try to remember to zoom out again. And I've got little painter's tape on the back, which is getting kind of used. But this was my model. I drew him from the illustration in the book. I gotta bring him down a little. And this book I got of leprechauns, I got from Jacqueline last year at her sale, and it's just been sitting around here, and I thought, well, it's March. It's March. It's leprechaun time. So I just kind of draw in the outline here. Becky's crocheting on her dishcloths. She's making, I think, are you still doing a dishcloth a day? She's making dishcloths in all different, she's using up her yarn. And what I'm doing, I do needle tatting. And I'm going to give him a curved toe there. I've always wanted to do shuttle tatting, and my fingers were not cooperating. I could not get that flip that they need to do. And I've tried ever since I started tatting, which has been about 4 years now, maybe 3 years. I'm going to have to go back and see when I first started tatting. The years get away from me. And on February 19th, it clicked. And they had said that once you get it, you'll get it. And I got it on February 19th. And so now I'm just practicing. And the reason I'm telling you guys is that I'm trying to practice a little every day. I think I got the entire outline here. Yeah, and you guys may not be able to see unless you zoom in, but all it is the outline of this guy. Then with the pencil, I go in and put in I usually start with the hat. put in a buckle on his hat. And then he's got some red hair up here at the top and his ear. And where's my eraser? I've been using one of my ugly sweater eraser. No, this is the ghost eraser. I want his ear to be a little more pointy. And I put in the hair here. And with this pointy ear here. His ear comes down this way, and it comes down this way. And, oh, I didn't get the rest of this, but I kind of know how it goes. And what I like about him is he's got really crooked fingers, so I can manage his crooked fingers. And let's see, that's not really, looks more like a bird claw. Let's see if I can't get this thumb better. He's holding on to his cane. Still looks like a bird claw. Let's see, he's got a jacket. His hands come down. His thumb comes down. His fingers come down this way, holding on to. There, that's a little better. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's kind of a wonky illustration anyway. And I like to do it this way when I have multiple drawings. It's just easier for me than to try to go in and draw him every time. All right, then I go in and put in a shoulder on him, and his jacket comes down this way, and his jacket has a collar that kind of swoops down, and then he's got this beard, this red beard coming down, and his eyebrows. So let's do his beard next. Let's see, his coat comes this way, and then his beard comes down, way down. And then he's got kind of a roundy tummy. You can't really see it on some of these, but in the illustration, this is the bottom of his coat, and then he's got a rounded tummy. But he's also got legs coming in here. So he's got some kind of scrawny legs. And they come down into these leprechaun shoes. And I'm going to kind of shape those up a little too. They kind of come down and got kind of a rounded toe. And he's got another leg over here. Yeah, it might be a little close. A little leg in there. And a knocky knee. He's got skinny legs in the illustration, so I'm trying to stay true to the illustration. He's got skinny legs that go into these big shoes. I don't know how he keeps them on. All right. Then he's got a belt here, and you can kind of see his suspenders there, and a button. And you kind of see it over here, too. Kind of hidden in there. And then the collar of his coat comes here, and he's holding onto this side. He's holding on to with his scrawny fingers. He's holding on to a shamrock. And that's the easiest thing to draw. And then his coat kind of comes over there. Now his face, am I out of frame? His face comes like so. He's got these eyebrows that make him look kind of sad, even though he's got a smile. He's got his eyes, his big round eyes, and his nose. He's got a big old nose. Might be a little out of shape there. And then he's got kind of a cheeky bone there and a smile. And then his beard, I might readjust his beard and make it a little bigger. So I kind of just get this in. And then I go over it in pen. And I don't know why for some reason or another, my phone wants to... You know what they did? They took that, they adjusted the chat. They took away that goal thing. I'm so glad they took that away. I'm going all messages. So I get dark right up at the top, my picture does. But let's look at chat. Arlene dropped a link to... Arlene, I am not part of the online tatting class, so anymore. I dropped out of it. I am doing Katia's right now, a needle class. So it's okay to drop that link to the online tatting class today because you didn't know, but I would appreciate it if you would not display those anymore because I'm no longer supporting them. Hi, Jacqueline. And when I drop out of groups like this, it's a lot of times it's for personal reasons. Sometimes I just can't be every place at once and abide by it. I just can't do it all. Thank you. I don't like to talk about it too much because it's kind of negative in a way, but in a way it's not either. It's just putting my own boundaries. Sometimes you have to have boundaries, don't you? Good morning, Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Mary, did you intend to pin? It's okay. Congrats, Becky. Lisbeth is here. Beckett 62. Congrats, Becky. Woohoo. I think I'm caught up. A leprechaun. For my birthday. Oh, when is your birthday, Becky? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I wonder if I fixed the quality on that. See it? For some reason, my camera is... When it's up here, it gives me a dark line. When I bring it down, that lightens up. Well, maybe that lightened it up there when I did that. We'll leave that for a moment. Happy birthday whenever it is, Miss Becky. I probably won't be able to watch long. Becky is fighting a cancer in her left eye. Lisbeth says, hi, Jacqueline. I'm snoozing in the balcony. It's too early for me. Yeah. You're on the West Coast. Let's go ahead and... I opened Jacqueline's Happy Mail yesterday that I got from her, and then... or was it yesterday, or was it Sunday? It was Sunday night. Days are getting away from me. I'm going in here now with my Sharpie pen, and this is the permanent Sharpie marker, and it's a little bit darker than the felt tip, so I'm using that just to kind of outline him. And we'll do the hat here, but he's got his hairs coming out here. I'm gonna cut some unruly hair. And then his hat comes over this way. He's got a little elf ear coming. Got quite of a big elf ear. And then his beard comes down. And so I can't really call the design of this guy mine, so I'm a little bit reluctant to sign it. I do try to credit the illustration that I got this from. I got the book from Jacqueline last year, and it's called The Leprechaun Companion, and I think she got it at Barnes & Noble. It looks like it's a Barnes & Noble book. Try to give him happy eyes. And when those eyes get painted in, they become not so quite so starry. When you don't have those eyeballs painted in, they look like they're two marbles staring at you. He's got some cheeky bones here. He's got some little smile lines. And then his beard comes down. Now I think I'm going to make his beard just a little longer. There we go. Now the creepy hand. And he's holding on to his cane. So back to the tatting, I am trying to do it every day just to get in tatting they have what they call a muscle memory, and I have a very nervous, shaky left hand, and if I try to grab things too tight, well, when you're shuttle tatting, your left hand holds your entire piece while your right hand does the work. And if I grip that too tight, my hand will shake and I'll drop my shuttle. And I'm trying to get my hand trained to do the movement. I still don't have this relaxed. At one point, you keep your thread taut, but when you pull your stitch down, you kind of relax these fingers. And I'm still trying to get that relaxed movement. So the reason I'm practicing every day is to get that muscle memory for that relaxed movement. And right now my stitches are wonky, and I'm using a large thread. I'm using a nut size 3 thread. So I wouldn't say that my results are that pretty. Let's see, this coat kind of comes down like that, and he's got kind of a little, here's his belly here. Kind of comes in between his wonky legs. But my goal was to learn how to shuttle tat even if it took me 5 years. Well, I don't think it quite took me 5 years. Needle tatting is much easier for me because you're working off of that needle, and the needle's in your right hand, and most of your right hand is doing the movement. Your left hand's just kind of guiding the thread and doing whatever you need to do. And it's much easier for me. But I'm so happy that, because my goal was to learn, let's see, I'm going to bring that coat down a little there, was to learn how to do both. Now, I probably will not be as proficient with the shuttle, but if I can just understand some of the processes, I will be happy. And this guy is just about ready to watercolor. I've got to do this other. He's holding on to the shamrock here. There we go. So now I can put my pattern in my Society of Idea Collector. I found some more patterns that, what did I do with them? Oh, they're over on the computer desk, that I made for the cinnamon ornaments. Okay, while I'm watercoloring, I'm going to use this paper. This is my swatch paper. I'll put this up here. But I need to erase my lines. And these polymer erasers are pretty good erasers, let me tell you. And I'm just erasing the pencil lines that were in there. Turn this over. And so now I'm going to do this production style. I think I'm going to do all the reds first, and then while they're drying I can do maybe the greens next. See, the reds, that's really his cane is brown. Yeah, I think I'll do the greens next. The face I always save till last. So I'm just going to go through here. Let's set this one up here. I'm just going to go through here and do all of his beard and the beard, the eyebrows, the hair. I did a little red on the feet here too. It's kind of an orangey red. He's a leprechaun. He's Irish. So my paintbrush is set over here. Let me get a little water in my cup. Ooh, my tummy is still kind of unsettled. I wouldn't say it was painful. It's just kind of unsettled. I should take a Tums, maybe. Feels like I need a Tums. I'm going to squirt this again. It's the greens and the reds and the browns that I need. Put that back. And let's use one of these Rail 9 nickel brushes. If I find a good one. Most of these are... find maybe that brush. And we're going to go in here into the orangey reds and just do his... sometimes I have to do more than one coat. So I had a giveaway, so and we're giving Becky one of these. If from this morning, and I'm sending one to myself. But the other 5 have already been given away. And I am learning a big lesson. I think that I could do 5 envelopes in one setting. Well, that's not true. And so for my future giveaways, I think that's one reason why I mess up so bad with my Happy Mail, is I try to do too much. I try to do too much and then I can't get it done. And so I'm going to finish these off. I'm doing that this morning. But on my next giveaways, I'm going to do like what I did this morning and just give away maybe 1 or 2. But probably just 1, because I like to make one for myself that I send to myself. Let's see, his hat band. So I'm kind of, I kind of have to, my head says, oh, I can do that, I can do that. Well, that's not really the case, Mary. You think you can do it, it looks easy enough. And I'm not trying to get tonal values or anything in here. I'm going to go to a deeper red here, maybe a reddish brown for his legs. I'm not trying to do a lot of tonal values, and it's just a little quick, kind of like a little quick illustration. Let's do the cane. And you'll see little white areas when you look at these close. And that's really kind of okay with me, because I feel like the little specks of white, you don't notice them now because I've only got 1 color on here, well, really 2. But when I start putting the colors together, sometimes you'll see a little speck of white. And I leave those because I feel like it gives it a little bit of dimension. I find that when I color those in, I flatten out the envelope. And I'm not striving for dimensionality on these or shading or anything like that. Kind of just a little quickie painted envelope. Oh, Craft-A-Lanch. That was the little tray I had between my desks. It was loaded down. I'm not going to stop and pick it up. I knocked it off with my elbow. I don't have enough room. Did you guys? Oh, I have to pick it up. My phone was on it. Hold on. I have to. Oh, my phone's way over there. Hold on. I see you guys are talking. You fell with the rest of it. It's really a metal shelf. Oh, it really caused a mess on my floor. I have that area all cleaned up. I gotta at least reach and get the phone. Just a minute. You're way over here in the corner. I didn't have anything liquid on it, so that helps. It's just crap. And my phone. Here's my phone. Where's the stand? I'll have to pick all that up. Craft-A-Lanch. Hold on a minute. Let me get the stand. There's the stand. I'm so sorry. I just don't have enough room on my desk for everything. I'll pick it all up. it's like I had my transparent pages on there. I had stamps on there. I had papers, things I was working on. Oh, well, it's a good opportunity to look at chat. You like the tiny white spaces, Arlene says. I leave them when I'm coloring with markers. Did Ruth pop in? Good morning, Ruth. Arlene says, I'm putting bright, colorful washi on my scribing pages. Ooh, that sounds neat, Arlene. She says, because I can. Did you guys hear that? I woke you up in the balcony. Sunday the 8th. What is Sunday the 8th? What's Sunday the 8th? What did Becky say? Oh, your birthday is March 8th? Happy birthday. I will be streaming on the 8th, so I'll have to write a note to myself. Happy birthday, Becky, if I miss it then. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly, welcome in, lady. I had a craft-a-lunch here. I'm surprised you guys didn't remark about it, because it really caused a noise here. Elizabeth said, that woke me up in the balcony. What are you working on? Jacqueline says, I'm working and lurking. What are you working on this morning, Jacqueline? Jacqueline sent me a picture of what she's crocheting. It's really pretty. All right, let's do the beard here. Kind of comes down. Kind of got it on his face there, but let's just match it here. Kind of messed this guy up a little. Not messed up, just changed the shape of his beard. Yeah, my elbow needed space, and it just pushed that shelf right off of the desk here. I need a bigger room. All right, I'm not really liking his beard. Let's bring it down a little more. Yeah, it's a little better. His beard isn't the same length. We'll leave it that way. And let's get a little more of that brownish color for the I swear, I just get one area cleaned up and I have a craft-a-lunch, and now I have to go clean up another area. Wanted that a little darker. How come it's not going there? There we go. So what are y'all working on? I know Becky's crocheting. Jacqueline says, let's see, what did she say? Kimberly says, Mary's desk at Danger Zone. That's funny, Kimberly. Oh. Dee Dee says, hi again, Jacqueline, or Jay. Arlene says, I don't need a bigger room. I need less stuff. If I had an airplane hangar, I would still run out of space. That's true. And I should learn my lesson there, too. I'm still not quite there yet, though. A little more orange in those legs. All right. And I have to start putting them up here. Let's smear out my brush a little. have a nice background page going there. I want to get these done so that I can get them mailed. So all you're going to see me doing today is watercoloring. Well, I'm going to open Rebecca's package. Jacqueline says, hi, Dee Dee. Hi, pretty girl. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining us, pretty girl. And I'm going to try to do more giveaways for March. Maybe I'll just keep, let's see, I won't stream tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening is a membership stream. I'm trying to do more membership. I kind of did not do as much membership content toward the end of last year, so I'm trying to do more. And it will be on the Commonplace Journals. And in the background, you guys, I have to tell you, I'm restructuring my channel. So you will see an announcement about that coming up. I'm redoing some of the thumbnails and stuff like that. And I'm doing some other stuff that I'm not ready to talk about yet, but I'm working on stuff in the background. I'm not doing as many shorts, but I do like to do them. So I'm doing that. Kind of working on some stuff in the background on those too. I have a couple stories I want to tell, but I'm not quite ready to release them in the shorts. I trying to use my shorts to tell my Fib Diggity stories. I'll tell you what they're about. Felicity, if you look at, kind of scroll down into my shorts, you'll see one where I introduced Felicity, where she's going to Lena's thrift store. Lena is Thumbelina in Fib Diggity, but she calls herself Lena. She doesn't like to be called Thumbelina. She's a little short lady. And her parents were short, and so they called her Thumbelina. Well, she just goes by Lena, so I call her Lena. And she runs the Fib Diggity thrift store. Well, I wanted to get some diversity on my channel, in my stories. So Felicity is a black lady. And I want to get some diversity, some racial diversity in my stories. I don't want, if I could have, I guess I'm kind of mad at YouTube. I understand it's not YouTube's fault. It's our federal government won't put a stop to children on YouTube. And I think, I'm going, it's kind of weird to have a community with no children. And YouTube won't let me do, well, they will if they won't let me do realistic children, let's put it that way. And they'll let me do storybook children. So I am kind of getting some in there. If they're historical children, like I have a short that has a little historical girl talking about her horn book. And I do have some children in there, but they have to be in storybook form. So I'm trying to introduce some more variety in my Fib Diggity community to make it seem more like a community and less like a, just an adult community. So I'm kind of working on that. I have a great storyline coming up. I don't want to give it away here. I want to talk about it. And I got my fairy tales. Those are still out there. And I'm working on how to present those. All right, the cane. So I'm doing a lot of really mental work on the stories. And a lot of background work on the channel. My channel needs to be majorly reorganized. I've got old playlists on my home page that need to be changed. And all my playlists. I've got a lot of playlists that were when I used to run all those video hops and things like that. I'd like to be able to organize those like a file cabinet, but YouTube doesn't have that capability. I think there is a browser add-on that you can get to do that, but I'm kind of reluctant because those things are so unstable. Something happens and then it doesn't work anymore, then I've got a mess on my channel. Red beards. I'm getting tired of doing red beards. I'm not very good at doing production style stuff, so I do think the next time I do something like this, I'm going to limit how many I give away. I always think I can do more than I can do. And it always gets me into trouble. Hi, Dar. Welcome in, Miss Dar. Thank you. I'm going to have to learn from you how you do all of those links off of the Shorts tab I could probably do. But sometimes when you key in on things, I forget how you do that. On those links. Sometimes I want to leave links. And how did Arlene do that? Beard needs to come down a bit more there. Guys gonna get tired of seeing red beards and canes, and I've got 2 more after this one to do. I thought it would be easier though to do one color at a time, because then my water wouldn't, like if I did brown and then went to orange, I'd have to empty my water, or did green I mean, and then went to orange. Brown doesn't hurt it as much, but because I don't have that much brown, but what color did I make his shoes? Here's what I'm doing. They're brown. I should be doing brown shoes. Oh well. I'm not going to go back and do it. I'll do it later. I want it darker. the knock knees. Alrighty. Hi, Linda. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Tush. Tush. Let's see, am I missed anybody? Arlene, Dee Dee Dar, Pretty Girl, Becky, Jacqueline, Dee Dee, Lisbeth. The craft room also woke up the cat, and now she wants to play. Nope. Sorry about that, Lisbeth. I'm back to where Arlene says if she had an airline hangar, she'd fill it up with craft stuff. Yep, I'm afraid. I'm working very hard not to fill up the living room. I keep saying we don't live in a storage unit. And I think my brother appreciates that. I do have stuff out there, though, but it's not as bad as it was. I'm working very hard. I did get a padlock for and hopefully this one fits. This is my third padlock that I've got for this storage unit. The other two didn't fit. Well, one I jammed in there and he had to cut it off for me. He was really nice about it, though. Surprised me. He didn't charge me a bit, and I know if I would have been renting in a larger city, they would have said, get a locksmith, and I would have to pay $100 to have that padlock cut off. He just said, no, it's part of the business. And I said, well, I'll pay you to do it. No, he wouldn't take any. Then he lent me a padlock until I could get my own. I said, well, where'd you get your padlock? I got it at Ace, so I went to Ace and got a padlock. But I still need to take it over there and put it on. I'm kind of waiting for the weather to warm up a little bit more, and I'll be taking some of my stuff. I asked my brother, I said, how would you feel if we took some of those Christmas? Because he's got a whole corner of Christmas up there that we really don't use. I said, how would you feel if I put some of that Christmas in there, and then I could use that corner to put some of my books and papers and fabrics there. I said, I'm wary about putting my fabrics and my papers in that storage unit because of the moisture. And it's a newer storage unit, so there may not be that bad, but I'm still wary. I think you need to be careful what you put in there. Right now, all I have in there, I got a wooden chair in there that I bought on Facebook that has a ceramic bowl in the seat, and I'm going to use it for gardening in here in the spring, so that's coming out. But I think I'm going to take some of those things that we're not using upstairs in that room where he keeps all that Christmas stuff, and take that and put in there, and then I'll have more room for my stuff. But I have stuff I can put in there too. I've got a floor fan that, since he's got his central air, I don't need that floor fan. Last one with the beard. And I've got some other things that can go in storage that I don't mind putting in storage. And then I think I'm going to sort through most of my clothes that I have that I wear for everyday stuff. I got them at Goodwill anyway, or the thrift store, the stuff I wear around here. But I have some things up there that I no longer wear, but I don't think they're even donatable. I think they need to be either recycled, ripped up and recycled, or tossed. Because, you know, if they're nice enough to redonate, I would, but a lot of those things I got at the thrift store in the first place. I'm gonna have to do his eyebrows here. His beard in here. Leprechauns. I do want to get these done. I lost my chat. Refresh it. Hi, Becky. I hope you're feeling well, Dar says. Tu says, good morning, Kat. Pretty Girl says, hello, Kat. Hi, Linda. Hello, Kimmers. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Dee Dee. Kat, Pretty Girl, Arlene. They're saying good morning to each other out there. Mental work, Arlene says. Nope, nope, nope. Marlene says, I'm not doing no mental work. Not this early in the morning. Well, a lot of the storytelling and even the... I don't do many long-form videos. My live streams are pretty extemporaneous. I just kind of do what I do. But a lot of the shorts, I kind of work on those storylines. Sometimes I just let it do what it wants, but a lot of my shorts, even if they're shorty shorts, I think about them first. I'm a thinker. I'm a thinker person. I'm not somebody that, even with AI, push the button and expect it to. Although sometimes it comes out pretty cool. All right. I need just a dab here. Forgot part of his beard. All right, now I think I'll go to the green, and I'm using this dark green, and over on this side, I think you can see it, I'm kind of mixing it with a blue and a brown and a black to make it darker. So I'm kind of playing with these dark colors. Let me show you. It's in here, in there for his hat. So let's just grab one and start. I think I need to refresh the greens. So the greens are where they are really highly pigmented, and they'll get my water dirty fast. That's really more of a bluish green. My lighting Sometimes I swear at this lighting. A phthalo green, I think, has some blue tones in it. But I like that darker color. And then the shamrock, I can make a more of a Kelly green. To be careful that I don't. Yeah. It's awfully wet on this envelope. Now when I get a spot on it, I am doing the background so that spot will fade away. Oops. And if my head gets in the way, I apologize. And I need some more water on that. So there's his hat. I noticed my head got in the way when I was doing them the other night. Oops. Now on his collar, on his coat, I make the collar a lighter color. And then the shamrock is more of a Kelly green. But his arms and the background, his pants, are all a dark green. And I think his shoes too. I said they were brown, but I think that I probably mixed that dark green with it. So let's do the arms here. And he doesn't have to be perfect. I always save the face for last. It's just paranoia, I think. Let's do the other side. These are Winsor Newton watercolors that I'm using. They're the semi-professional. They're not the professional, but they're not really a student grade either. I don't know what you would call this. Oh, I did the collar there. Let me blot that out a little. I need a towel. Let me get my towels out. I guess it doesn't hurt for it to be darker, but let's see if I can blot that. Yeah. Little spot in there. wrong brush. Yeah. And then his pants in here. He's got gold buttons. And I think I'll make him a lighter yellow this time. Last time I made him a yellow ochre. And kind of fades in. I need that dark in there. That's the shamrock. I want that to be more of a Kelly green. And we need his arm up there. You see, it takes me a while to do this, especially these areas, even though it's just coloring in, basically. All right. Now let's go in with the kind of a lighter wash here on the collar. Needs a little bit more darkness. I might smudge that. And when you blot, you don't want to rub. You just want to blot. And a lot of this will make more sense when I put in, I'll go back in with my black ink pen. His shoes, I think I'll make them almost a green black. My black is down here. And it's very wet, but it will dry. I'll put it aside and let these wet areas dry before I proceed with the background and the face and the eye. Oh, I might do the eyes. I didn't finish with the coat there, did I? Well, I'll come back to that. Wash out my brush. My water is getting very dirty. Well, let's finish out that coat. Now, I've got the suspenders and the shirt. I'm going to try to make the, I have to think a minute here. I don't want to make the shirt red. If I make it yellow, I'm going to try to do a little yellow ochre there. See if that works. I might have to change it. I don't think I had much of the shirt showing on the other side. And let's do his eyes. And I used a blue. And this is a blue in here. And at first I thought it was almost too dark. But once you get it on there, kind of gives him some character. There we go. The suspenders, I guess I could make them a blue too. Kind of. The envelope, the warp of the paper kind of makes the paper run in, the water run in directions that I don't want. I'll come back and probably redefine those with my pen. So I think all I have left for now, other than the face and the arms, I've got the green of the shamrock. And again, a lot of that is defined when I do my pen work. Whew, it's warm in here. I gotta turn that fan toward me. Because the green of the shamrock really fades in with the other green. But once you do your pen work in there, it brings it out a little more. All right, we're just going to set this aside now and let him settle. Now, I don't really like how that division in there. I'm not totally happy with it. Leave it alone, Mary. All right, I feel like taking a break and opening Rebecca's Happy Mail. I don't know if I'll get these all done today. It's 7:56. I'm going to empty my water because it's filthy. I have a bucket over here that I emptied in and it's getting pretty full. And take my towel and kind of wipe out my cup a little because probably not too necessary. And I'm going to open Rebecca's Happy Mail just because I need a break from watercoloring. I stare at this stuff too much. These are pretty dry. I've got a lot to do. That green takes me a while. All right. I'm going to set my watercolor behind me. My brushes are okay there. Maybe I'll set them on the shelf if I had a shelf anymore. My floor is a mess. I had a craft lunch. No. All right. Let's get out, and this is a fairly large box. I'm going to zoom out as much as I can, and the ring here will go away when I bring out the box. That's as far as I can zoom out. And it's a large box, and it's kind of heavy. Oh, and let me tear the name tag off here. I'll give you a little of the box and I'll tear off the, I don't like to show in the addresses. Get as much as that off as I can. Yeah, my scissors aren't doing it. I need my knife. Another nice box to store stuff in. Yeah. That's as much of the name tag as I got off so far. Kind of have to cut the top layer of cardboard sometimes to get these name tags off. It's really on there. There we go. See, I cut a, I don't know if you can even see it, I cut a square down there. Now I'll just throw that away. And I'll open the box and then I'll put it in my lap. And then we'll go through. I think what makes it so bulky, I think I have a book or a box in there. Can't remember. It's not the Kincaid box. I bought a stack of Kincaid box from her Sunday. I don't think she's even invoiced me yet for that. I'll probably get the invoice today. Rebecca, Debbie Epps, and Jacqueline are the main people that I'm buying from now. And they keep me well stocked. Yeah, see, I got a lot of fabrics. Let me put my knife away. Let me pull this down into my lap so you can see better. It's a Amazon-sized box. It looks bigger than, it's one of those medium-sized ones. Amazon. Oh, look, green. Green. Maybe we'll do a leprechaun fabric piece. Fabric pieces are on the top. We'll just pull them out. I bought a lot of fabric. I think the sale I went to here, there weren't a whole lot of people there, so I got a lot of neat stuff. I wasn't out trying to outbid anybody, or wasn't in competition with anybody, so I got a lot of, she put some spacers in here for me. What that is. I got a lot of fabric this time. We'll go through it all. She was selling lots of fabric. She was saying, when you open this sometimes, she wasn't saying it to me, but she was saying in her stream, sometimes I hear them say, I don't remember buying this. I was looking at some of this, and this is what I remember buying. She was selling, somebody didn't pick up their order of wax threads. I cashed in on the wax threads. This, I've got a lot of fabrics. Is this all fabric? I think this box is all fabric. Most of it is fabric. Well, we'll have a lot of slow stitching to do. Not all of it. There are some other pieces here. Some embroidery flosses. From Rebecca's house to mine. That's all fabric. Except for, there is a book in here. There is some paper. There's some paper. There's a book. A mathematical monthly. Let me show you what I'm going to do with these books. I saw it on another person's DIY, and I thought that was cool. All right, I'm going to put the box behind me, and as I go through the fabric, I'll just throw them back in this box. I'll have to sort them out. Some of it will probably need to be washed, and let's take the fabric and, the papers and put up there. I'll come back to this book. I want to show you what I'm going to do with the books. All right, so let's just start with kind of a purple pink. It's like a polyester rayon type thing. It's not a cotton. I would call it a polyester blend. And this gold, Mary, the gold will probably go in the washing machine. It looks like it's a curtain or a part of a, I don't think it's a tablecloth. It could be a tablecloth. It's got a tag here, Better Homes. And it's got a nice seam to it. It might be a round tablecloth, which is probably why it's so not folded so great. It'll go in the wash. I think I just got half of it. It's torn. So it was probably a big, long, oval tablecloth, it looks like. But you know me, I like gold. I like gold. I'll probably use it for, who knows what I'll use it for. I'm going to wash that piece. That's going in the washing. Here's some, this is a cotton, almost looks like a cotton linen. Almost looks like a linen piece. Just a tan. That'll go for slow stitch. Now, I think I bought some quilt pieces here. She tore up a quilt. Boy, these are March, aren't they? I honestly don't remember buying some of these, Rebecca. I'm wondering if that's what she was referring to. Sometimes she just wanted to get stuff out of her house. Now, I just finished with K3N where she did Disappearing 9-patch. I see a 9-patch. And boy, I could play with these. What I did on mine was I cut the corners off and then I put them in here and made a little frame. And I could put a little piece in there but this is quilt squares. Because I do not quilt, so I probably would not be making quilts out of these, but boy, you could use these for book covers. Boy, she sent me a bunch of them. I don't remember buying them. I probably did, because I was the only one at that sale. I wasn't the only one. That was a misstatement for sure. There were not a whole lot of people at that particular sale, and I was able to get a lot of things. Some of these are larger, I think. It feels larger. I like this one. I like this one a lot. And these are not hand done. These are done on the machine. Well, they could be hand done now that I look at it. No, maybe it's a mixture. I'll probably wash these. I like this one. It's because I'm into the March stuff. Yeah, they're different sizes. This one had a tag on it. I do not remember buying these, but you know, it's been a couple weeks. This one was partially put together. But you know, I could slow stitch on these, especially this. I could see running stitches going here. And this is not quite as big as these look like they're maybe 4 inches. My scroll is 5.5, but boy, I could play with these in my scroll. I kind of like this pinky one. Boy, there's a bunch of them here. All right, so there's all the, I'll probably throw these in the wash too, maybe press them a little. I remember buying these. These are gold. I remember buying these. I'm dropping stuff here. There's some doilies. And this is kind of it's not a corduroy. It's a even weave. It's an even weave. Not a piece you would stitch on with cross stitching or anything, but I can see the weave in here. It's kind of a interesting piece. Dropping stuff. So these I'll tend to use for slow stitch. I don't know about this as more of a lining type thing. This will probably go in the wash. This looks like it was a blouse. I probably bought it for the color. It looks like it was it's a blouse, but I'll take this piece out. That'll go in the wash. That won't fit me. I'm not that small. But this fabric now, this is that $210 a yard designer fabric. And this is just beautiful. It's a silvery blue. I'm not sure you're seeing the blue. The flowers are kind of a blue-gray color. This is beautiful fabric. This is expensive fabric. Probably something you'd see in some mansion. And it's already got the interfacing on it. This is a designer fabric. And I bought 2 parcels of that. I think I had some more of it in my other. And here's some more. I call these slow stitch pieces. Some tissue paper, some more kind of a use for lining. Pretty purple though. I will not slow stitch on this. I kind of struggled to use this type of fabric, but it'll probably have a use someplace. Here's another. This looks like it's a pillow top. Work patch. Kind of looks like my work too. Now I can see taking this apart or even slow stitching like on it like it is. I'll probably wash that piece. And boy, she sent me a lot of little pieces here. These could be done in scrolls, scrappy scrolls. Looks like that's looks like this was starting to be a 4 or 9 patch type thing, but I could see scroll work done on this, on these. Yes, ma'am. Make a nice scroll. That one's bigger. That looks like some. So I would use this for slow stitch. I'll just roll it up this way. It's all fabric. Not all of it. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like some kind of a lining for something they got, like planters or something. Should probably put it in there. Meri will figure out something to use it for. It's an interesting, it'd make an interesting box once you can figure out the dimensions here. This piece is too wide. Probably cut it apart and make a nice hexagon. Oh, I got a piece of paper in there too. And make a nice hexagon box once you could figure out this piece would have to be smaller. But can't you see a top and a bottom there? There we go, just like that. And then I would need sides. I'll figure out something with it. It's not getting thrown away. It's too interesting. Some red cotton. Oh, these looks like a pair of slacks or a, this is a garment. I think she just threw some stuff in here. I don't remember buying this either. I'll wash this and take it apart. I think she threw some stuff in there. These garments, I don't remember buying. They'll go in the wash and I'll tear them apart. Here's some more scroll work. There's some more quilt work. No, I'll come back to those. I remember buying the embroidery floss because I use that for slow stitching. Some of these are interesting. I would never do these color combinations. I could see this being done in the 4th of July, anchors and boats. Interesting pieces here. I think it was meant to go like this. Maybe. Sunshine. I see a sunshine. Got a lot of quilt squares. Here's another tie. I honestly think she threw a lot of this stuff in because I do not remember buying all of these. Rebecca, did you send me the right box? She said, that's what you bought, Meri. Now I could use these. I like these. But I keep seeing the 9 patch. I could do a lot of 9 patch work on these. I'm actually seeing leprechauns. Somebody got very creative with their color matching. Not all of it's what I would do personally. I would probably, because there's too much pattern in here for my taste, I would probably use some plain pieces, maybe a plain green or a plain orange instead of the shapes in here. But then, you know, we all have our different tastes. When you buy, if I bought, I honestly don't remember buying all of this. Now, I like these. These appeal to me. These are cool, even with the offset lines there. This is be something that I will probably use for sure. These two pieces for sure. I'm going to keep those two out. I'll probably throw all of these in the wash. They feel like they need to be washed. They're probably somebody's quilting stash. See, look, she mixes, whoever did this, I don't saying Rebecca did this. I have a feeling she bought it. I don't know the history of it. But look, there's stripes mixed with, and even the shapes here, these squares, these little squares, they go this way, and those squares are different than this square. These are all the same. That square is different. This one is a different shape and different size, and these are more jeweled size, and this is a jewel, but it's different. It's a different jewel, and they mixed the stripes with too much pattern on there for me. Now this one's okay. I would be using more of a plain piece in there, and this one is, I would accept this one because it's got some plain in it, even though it's got a lot of pattern. Maybe somebody was just using up their fabric stash. There's a lot of this. A lot of this. I will probably dye some of this, huh, Rebecca? I'm not Rebecca. Jacqueline. I will probably be throwing some dye. I could see dyeing these blue. I could see dyeing this, get rid of that white. I would even walnut stain it. These aren't too bad, but there's still the stripes and the patterns almost hurting my eyes. Stripes and squares. See, there's one too. I wonder if that was done on purpose, because this pattern is definitely different than all these others. That one is different. And all of these are the same. But even the stripes are different on the different squares. I would be using plain pieces in there. I think I'm going to try dyeing some of these. I'll dye a couple and see how they turn out. Look at these. This one's not too bad. It's still a lot of pattern. A lot of pattern in these. A whole bunch of them. What were they making? They could make a king-sized comforter out of this. Look at the patterns. Rebecca said, Mary, you bought it. It's yours now. A whole bunch of them. I guess it just seems like more than it probably is. That's probably only about, what, 20 maybe at the most. But 20, say these would end up being 10 by 10. And I had 20 of them. I doubt if this would even do a twin-sized bed. It just seems like a lot. I don't get I do not get the color schemes on some of these. I have to say I don't get the color schemes. But you know what these would make? These, I have to go to K3, and now I kind of like this. Even though it's a lot of pattern, this one kind of appeals to me. It's subtle. But these would make nice rice bags. I'd probably cut them. I'm going to have to get with K3N, and I might be making rice bags. Now, this one appeals to me too. Even though it's pattern, it's a subtle, I got some space in there, I can breathe. But look what they've done. They've got these nice white squares. They've got all these gold florals, which I like, and I like the white squares. But look what they've done. Now they probably put these on there to match another square they were doing. This probably matches another piece, and that's probably why they're there. That would make more sense. This one's interesting. These are interesting patterns and pieces, I have to say. I'll probably throw all of these in the wash. They feel like they've been in somebody's box or trunk for a while. They feel like they need to be refreshed. Look at these. Look at this one. This one might maybe not that one so much, but this one I could see being a rice bag. I'm going to have to review K3N's. See, here's another piece. This one probably matched. This one doesn't bother me as much. I'm amazed at the patterning, but I'm not a quilter, so I don't know all the theory behind all this stuff. This one kind of appeals to me. It has differing shapes on. You can see am I looking at the front or the back? I'm looking at the back. The back appealed to me. I like the back of it. The front of it's kind of too bold for me. But I think some of these would make nice rice bags. Interesting rice bags. I'd have a whole bunch of rice bags I wouldn't know what to do with. I'd put all my stuff in them. These look like they go. These kind of appeal to me. These look like they could fit a man's. On what I've got. 1, 2, 3. I think there were some more down below. I kind of like those. Let's see. I kind of go with these. Well, maybe not so much. This one. Is that it? I don't get it. I might like the back of it. I like the backs. We'll come back to that. I like the backs. Now, I do like these. I have to say, these kind of appeal to me. I'm going to have to review this one. I like the back of it. See, look, that one blue square there. Now, K3N would probably love that because it's different. And if it were on a corner, I might be able to understand it. But she used one blue right there. It's like she ran out of the stripe, so she used a check there. I shouldn't say she. Maybe this was done by a he. All right, and then I have all of these. I'll probably throw these in the wash. They feel like they need to be washed. And then I have to say, these now that I look at it, I kind of like these. I even like the patterning on. I think I only got 2 of them, though. All right, well, who knows? Probably somebody who's just using what they had and doing the best they could. I'm not saying these appeal to me. I'll probably wash them. I'll probably wash them up. I know I will the clothes. And here's some green. Oh, look, here's another piece here. This one's not too bad. See, because it's got the plain. But all that pattern in there kind of hurts my eyes. Now, I could see maybe mixing those with a green square and one of those weird, I shouldn't call them weird. I hope Rebecca's not listening because I don't want to offend her. There's some nice green cotton. And here's some interesting reds. This feels like an envelope or something. This has something inside of this. Feels like a placemat or... Now this, she says, thank you for your order on this label. So this, I think she just threw in there. I think she was just getting rid. It feels like it's a placemat. It feels like there's an Amazon bag inside of it. Make a nice, maybe she meant it as a book cover. It's probably what it is, book cover. And then this is, I have to say, I kind of like this. This is pretty. I like this. It's almost Oriental, isn't it? It's cattails and red. Oops. Uh-oh, I jiggled you guys. I'm so sorry. This is pretty. I like that a lot. That was an interesting box. Now let's see what I have. I saved these out. I think I'm gonna hand wash these and use them. It does look like maybe they struggled a little here. What I would struggle. But these, see, I could mix these with some blues. I could see mixing these with some dark blues. I'm going to review Catherine's How to Make a Rice Bag. I've never made a rice bag before. So maybe some, but I like this. It looks like this is the back of it here, because this is where all the seams are. But I like the back of it more than I like the front of it, because I like those red lines. And I wouldn't mind having a backside bag. Be interesting. I like the back stories, and I would be doing stitching on these. I'm going to wash these, maybe hand wash them, get them washed up. Or I might throw them in with the clothes. All right, now for the littles. I bought some flowers here, or I didn't buy them there. This is a thank you. This is a thank you. This isn't a purchase. I thought this was one of her handmaids. This is a little thank you she threw in there. Well, I can't. She hasn't even opened it. Let's open it and look at it. I think they're flowers. She does a lot of handmade work. She does a lot with flowers and beads, and I like her wax threads though. Wax thread is expensive. A couple of flowers in here. Poke flowers. But I might be sticking these in walnut. I might be staining these with walnut. Because I'm not much of a white person here. I think there are three of them. This just reminds me of something that would be used for a wedding. I might play with those later. And I got all, this is me here. She was selling all these threads because the lady, she had a stash of threads. And I don't know if it was this sale or another sale, but somebody didn't pick up their order of threads. And I use these in my book binding. I've got several bags of this from her. Should put it all in one bag. Put it in a rice bag. Could thread it on a dowel too. Well, we'll put it back in the bag. Throw that away. I think I got some threads over in one of Angie's bowl. I'm going to put 2 of these in here. I'm going to save one out to play with. And let's see, we got all this embroidery thread that I'll be using this for my slow stitch. I'm doing a lot of slow stitch this year. This is just a bag of orts. I just bought it because I thought, well, I'll use it. This is the yellows. These are mixed. And I think I got a couple more here. Red and neutrals. I'm going to put all these in one bag here. And let's see, do I have, no, I got the papers here. Get that one in there. Those quilt squares, I don't remember buying those. I might have bought a couple, but she might have thrown the rest in there. Because she mentioned in her stream, she says, some of you, when you open your package, might wonder where all that stuff came from. And I'm wondering if that was what she was referring to, because I don't remember buying those things. I remember buying these. This is just tissue paper she threw in there. Go through this. I wanted to show you what I was going to do with this book. I don't want to lose my leprechauns up here. Put them to dry. Alright, I think I have everything. Oh, this is not Rebecca's. This is, I think this is from a Jacqueline sale. Alright, this is Rebecca's. And I got ledger papers, because I like Rebecca's ledger paper. Looks like she mixed a pattern paper in there. And some vintage stamps. I think I got another package of this. She likes to stamp on fabric, and I like using it. We're going to come back to the book. I still want to show you. And then I got some little papers, some grocery orders. Looks like it's the carbon copies. And this is a Mathematics Monthly math book. A part of one. Here's that other vintage fabric. We'll put those in my drawer. And not sure what that is. We'll have to open it up. Throw all the price tags away. I'm done with those. So I'm going to put these in here. Some doilies. These are paper doilies. Looks like the tag is on the inside. Put that in there. These I'm going to put in my drawer. This goes in here. This will go in my paper bundles. My paper box. Let's open this up. Parents' Choice. 10 ounce, 8 ounce, 6 ounce. Is this a baby thing? Is it just the cover, the bag she put it in? I'm not sure what this is. Oh, little glassine envelopes. Little glassine envelopes. That says Norway. Looks like somebody might have kept their stamp collection in here. That's what these are for, collect stamps, if you were a stamp collector. And I think she just put it in this bag. This looks like some sort of a, says Parents' Choice. Some sort of a baby item came in there. Oh, it's a cameo. It's a cameo. I'll use that. I got some more cameos from her from another sale. Get the masking tape off in the back of it. That's pretty. I got that dyed ribbon from Jacqueline. When I opened Jacqueline's, this cameo would go pretty on it. What else is in? I think some more glassine bags in here. I like the glassine bags. And I like her stamp fabric. And I think I'm going to be making a lot of, I'm going to cut this. I don't like the, it's hard to open. I'm going to be making rice bags. I've never made a rice bag before. I'll play with some of those, but I'm going to wash them. They felt like they needed to be washed. These little envelopes will be cute in journals. But I think stamp collectors use these because, see, Norway, I had $1.50 on it. I'm going to put them all in one envelope. I'll keep these out. Let's see, I think I'll fold this one. Put them in here. If I can. Boy, I'm thirsty. That popcorn, not only did it do a number on my tummy, it made me thirsty. Now that one's... Are these going to fit? Those will fit. I've got another, I was at Rebecca's sale on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to getting that because I'm looking forward to getting those Thomas Kincaid boxes. Stackable boxes. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but, and I don't know about this. Guess I'll leave it for now. Alrighty. We're going to play with that. Now, but... put it down there with the rest of my stuff. We'll put this over in my little bag. These two, I keep these in my top drawer because when I'm working I go, oh, I need a piece of stamp fabric. What I want to show you with this book is I saw online, let me reach behind me. Oh, it's a mess. I don't know how I'll get out of here. I'll probably have to step on those clothes. Let's see, this and this. I don't know what I did with the other. Hold on. This one might work. This is a ginger snap box. I bought some ginger snaps. I don't know if it'll work with this. Yeah, it fits. A lady, I was watching DIY, she sealed up her box. We'll just close it up the best I can here. And she covered it with pretty papers. Can't get it in the slot. There. And she made an opening, and then she glued this to this, and this just fits. And then when you open it up, you have a box. What time is it? Let's work with this. And I might even put the rose on it for a pull. Let's alter the box. That's why I bought this book from Rebecca. And you know, I got those law books, and I know I have law books that I promised to send. I don't know, you guys. I might just send the covers. Postage has gotten so darn much. Of course, I could probably send those books. All right. How do I want to put this? I think I'll mend this first. So let's do that. And put the cover up here. I know I still have the watercoloring to do, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I haven't forgot the leprechauns. I've got sidetracked here. I think what I'll do is cut. I need a drink of water. Hold on. I'm going to come out and look at chat. I like ginger snaps. I like to put cream cheese on them. He said, have a fantabulous day. Let me come out and look at chat. I've been in that quilt heaven there. Did Diddy leave? Did Karen come in? Hi, Karen K. Welcome in. She says, churn-quilt block. I don't know what a churn-quilt block is. Hi, Karen. Angie says, Mary, you could put that thread in an Angie bowl. Yes, I have some of it in an Angie bowl over in on my corner, over that way. I got other things in that bowl, but I do have some of the thread in there. Get rid of the ad. Good morning, Angie and Karen. Kimberly says. Karen K. It's good to see you, Karen. Karen, we are having a member stream Wednesday night, which is tomorrow night, 7:30 Central. I know you've been kind of into other things, preoccupied with whatever, you know. I've been missing you. Let's see. Andrew said you could put the thread in there. Dee Dee says, Karen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Karen. Okay, Dad. I won't be. Not okay, Angie. Oh, I think she meant okay, Dee Dee. No, that's okay, Angie. I was just curious. I won't be quilting. Dee Dee, when I get home, I can send you a picture of a log cabin. Oh, you could make some log cabin quilts out of that, too. Angie says, Dee Dee, no, not a log cabin. I don't know the name of it. I missed Arlene leaving, Dar says. I was busy doing my morning routine. Blood pressure is good. Took my medication. Yay! Is that one called a log cabin? Yeah. I don't know. Those quilt blocks were interesting. How they put those patterns together. I don't know. I think I'll dye some of those. I think that the dye, or even I could play with using some of those quilt blocks as they are and put them on boxes and painting on top of the fabric and put a wash over there and tie all those patterns together. Some of those patterns, how they mixed them, they must have a very eclectic eye. Or maybe they were just using up scraps. That might just be, they just might be scrap blocks, you know. Somebody might just said, I got all this stash, I'm going to use it no matter what. And started putting it together. That would be something I would do. And some of them I really liked. But most of them, I would say probably all of them, I'm going to wash because I just feel like they've been in somebody's boxer trunk for a while. They feel like they need to be washed. Even if they were my own, I'd wash them. If quilt If quilt squares could talk, Tish says, yeah. If only they could talk. Yeah, some of them might, but that one pattern, I don't understand. That one pattern, that kind of that green, they use that all over the place. I don't know where they got all that fabric, but it just seemed like that was the main deal. Arlene got sleepy. Arlene is a night owl, so about this time of the morning, she needs to say so long. What time is it? It's almost 8 here. Let's see. Angie, turning in. Well, welcome. Was Santa here? Santa, if you're still out here, if you're still lurking, welcome in. I miss saying hello to Santa. I don't see her much. I think Santa is from Sweden or Switzerland. She's from one of those Nordic, I call them Nordic countries. Sweden, Switzerland, Norway, up there. I don't see her much. Santa, if you're out there, welcome in. I was going through all that fabric. Didn't see much in chat. Linen. Purdy left. Bye, Purdy. Thanks for stopping in. Arlene said that white with the square prints looks like Grandpa's favorite shirt for church. It does. And there was lots of it. Looks like Grandpa's jammies. Well, I think I'm going to dye those blocks. I don't know. I might have to get with Jacqueline, and she might say, dye them black, Mary. Oh, not odd at all, Arlene. We have to do whatever it takes to protect ourselves. Arlene says, Inky, well, it could be that I'm destructive. What are we talking about? Arlene says, Dar, I get a strange satisfaction from peeling the cardboard to get the label off. Odd, right? Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I needed to do to that box. I don't like to take too much of the cardboard layer off, though, because I do need my boxes. Dar said, I use a big black Sharpie on all my labels before I put them in the dumpster. I usually tear up my labels really good. I shred them. I probably should block. My brother, it doesn't bother him. He just, on junk mail, like you get from like an insurance company, and they have, I swear, I open all my AARP mail and all my insurance mail and all my credit card stuff and stuff like that, and I tear every sheet. Because they plaster your name and address on several sheets inside of there. My brother just tosses the entire envelope unopened into the trash. And I said, you know, there's identity theft opportunities in your wastebasket. He doesn't, you know, he says it all gets, we have a big company that does the waste removal, you know, and he says they put it all in and it gets all scrunched together, and I'm going, you can't tell me that there aren't people in there snooping. I tear everything up. This is where Karen came in. Karen, if you're still here, thanks for popping in. Tush says, have a fabulous day. Dee Dee went off to run errands. She must have came back. A churn dash quilt. I don't know what that is. A churn dash quilt. And I think I lost my place. I think I've covered most of chat. I'm going to work with this box, but what I think I'm going to do, I have to tape this together, but I think I'm going to cut and fold these squares in. So let's just take a marker here. That's a marker I need to put away. What is it doing there? I put some of them away. And let's take a ruler. And I'm going to cover all of this so I can draw on this. Let me get my ruler out. I don't know what happened to my metal rulers. They're here someplace. Let me get this ruler out. All right, I'm going to draw from here to here. And from here to here. And then I think I'll go 2 inches in, if I can see my markings on this ruler. 2 inches in. 1, 2. Here. This is the wrong pen to use. This is one of those micro pens. I need to put those in a separate pile. And that's a calligraphy pen. Where am I? I need to go through my pens again. I just want a Sharpie pen. I have all my Sharpies here, but they're different types of... All right, hold on. Mary's mumbling to herself. So... right here, and another 2. It's hard to see the markings reflecting light here. 2 inches that way, which doesn't match. How did I get 2 inches? That was 1 inch. That's better. Still a little off, but it's okay because I'm going to turn it under anyway. 2 inches. 2 inches. Did I mark? I'll show you here in a minute. I just want to get 2 inches on every side here. About, approximate. It doesn't have to be exact because it's going to be turned under. And 2 inches. All right, now let's do the corner to corner again here. And I don't know because what I want to do is I want to cut this out. I want those flaps to turn. Probably be easier to break open this box to do this, but I'm going to try to do it with my knife. And I'll probably have to use my scissors too. Let's start taking the square out here. Because see, it's gonna, maybe on this side would be better. Whoops, I got a little off, but I'll trim that with my scissors. Hold on to it. Get my finger in there. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to turn it under. It's not going to show. I just want a square out of it. Not a square, a shape. All right, now I'm going to get my scissors, which are in my Angie bowl. Or did I have them out today? Here they are. And I want to cut. Now, I don't think I want to cut on that diagonal. I want to cut on the diagonal of the box. The diagonal to diagonal didn't really work. And this really needs to stay. I should have probably healed that first. Let's put some painter's tape on there to hold it. Hold it shut while I'm working on it. Diagonal here. See, that's going to get folded under. And I don't mind all the markings because it's going to be turned under. I might cover. This would be easier to do if I flattened out the entire box. Now, I could tape or I think I'll tape because this is just going to be a makeshift. This is, you'll see. Right, to start out with, I'm just going to tape this down, these down. Because I'm going to cover this entire box, so I'll cover the tape with everything. I have some pretty wallpaper, but it's out in the other room. I was not planning on doing this. The only thing I was going to do this morning was open my Happy Mail, and Happy Mail got me sidetracked here because I saw this as now she had a better box than I did. I'm just using what I have, my Ginger Snap box. But it fits that book cover perfectly. Maybe I'll take some of those quilt squares and glue on there, even though I haven't washed them. Because it doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll glue a quilt. What time is it? It's one of those glassine envelopes. Put it over here. What time is it? 8 o'clock. I've got an hour. I make more scraps. Let's grab one of those quilt squares. Just for the fun of it. One that's halfway usable. Or I could use some of, I might change my tune here. Use some of Rebecca's beautiful dyed paper. Let's see what I have I can use. No, did I say Rebecca? I meant Jacqueline. What do I want to use? I got red. I'm looking. I have some of that ominous paper that I said I don't buy so much ominous. What did I do with that ominous? I'm looking. I'm looking for something that I want to use. Is this the ominous? I think it's in this package. All right, let me look in there. I think the ominous would go with that book. But red would go with it too. Alright, I'm going to have another crappy wrench if I'm not careful. Blue would go with it. I put my littles in there. This is older because that's part of that book. I'm not sure that I want to use this. This might not be what I want. Mary's looking. Meri does not get everything out and say, this is what I'm going to do. Well, I did with the watercolor, but look, I'm not doing it. Put it away later. Put it in my box here to put away. I'm going to reach for some of that red, I think the red will stand out. Let's pull some of this beautiful. I put all the sunshine that I had in one bag. I'll have to get it out, but not right now. I have some more reds here. And of course, the bags are sticking together. There's some more reds. Okay, I won't be able to get out. Ouch! Ouch! I hit my knee. My watercolor swatch page went flying. Hold it, I gotta get it back. You guys, you would just laugh if you saw my room. I get sidetracked. So the back of it is going to get glued to the back side of the book, to the spine of the book. And I think what I would want on the inside, these are all whipped. I don't know if I have a solid red. Ooh, I might. I don't know. Let's pull out the, find the package opening. Where's the opening? It has to be over here. Well, I guess I'm just tearing it open. That's not the opening. I couldn't find the opening. I guess it's all whipped. But this is pretty solid. I was hoping I would find a solid piece, but this is pretty solid. This one's fairly solid. And I'm going to put it down on the inside. Let's measure. Oh, hold on. I get too much out at once. So I'll use that side, so I'm going to put the box here. We're going to cut that no matter what. Feels like more than one sheet. But it's not. It's the way it's colored. Ooh, that's pretty. I love that. That's the side we're going to use. This is the back side. And I'll use every bit of this paper. Just because I'm cutting it apart doesn't mean the rest of it won't get used. Alright. this is going to go in here like this. And it looks like I need to, oh, it fits pretty good. And will this is a little too thin, but I'm going to start covering. Let's start with this side. And let's just take a piece. And let's do it the same way. It seems to work the best. And I think I'll leave a little flap. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. What did I do with my pencil? I had it in my hand a minute ago. I had that pencil in my hand. Where did it fly off to? It's right here in front of my face. Oh, I need to turn it. Oh, I could feel. I need to stand up. Put my head in there. And I cut that straighter than what my pencil mark is. And I'll need 2 of these, but let's see how it fits. See, and I was thinking the flap could go, maybe I'll put it on the bottom, like that. Let's do another one. Ooh, it's pretty over here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfection here. Now, I don't have to cover the back. I just need to cover the front and the sides and the inside. Where's my mark? I lost my mark. So I'm going to call this one my back with that label, and this one with the front. I need a front piece, and this is going to be too small. Save my scraps. A pinch of pink. There goes my pencil. Pinches of pink. I'll get another dark color here. Will we need to do the bottom? No. We'll need to do the sides. I might do the sides in a different paper. going to put it right here. I'm going to move it out a little so it'll go flop over to the back a little. Well, I tried. It's crooked. Can't see the lines. Should cut it with my paper cutter, but this will be flipped over to the back. I'm not too worried about it. So this will go here. I think I'll put this on top like that. Alright, let's do the sides first. And I think I'll use wet glue. I might warp the box a little, but or should I? Should I use Yes Paste? I think I should use Yes Paste. I'll put that away because it's stretching my hand. Let me get my Yes Paste out. And a spatula. Clean the spatula off. And we're going to use the Yes Paste. I just don't want it to warp. That's why I'm not doing that. Wet glue. This is kind of a thin cardboard. And when I attach it to my book cover, I will probably use tacky glue, Aleene's tacky glue. You have about I think Becky looked it up for me one time, about a 15-minute open time with this Yes Paste. Yeah, I didn't put the back in and it's slipping out on me. Come on. We'll come back to that. I'll put it this way, I think. Oh my. Now I am going to kind of trim the edges here a little. Just a teeny bit. And then we're going to do this other side, and it'll go on here. I'm getting down there to the bottom of my Yes paste. $50 for a 32-ounce bottle of jar of Yes paste. I still have, I'm thinking I have another one of these, but I'm not sure. I've got a small one, I know, because these came from Red Wagon. What's her name? Suzanne. Why do I want to call her Rebecca? That's not her name. I got Rebecca on the bring today. That's why this paste spread around on here. I think I've got too much on it. I've got Rebecca on the brain this morning. Renee Suzanne. Sent me the small jar, and I was thanking her for it, and she said, oh, I meant to send you the big jar, so she sent me a big jar. So I've got a big jar and a small jar. And I had one I was still using, but it was getting empty too. I don't know if I used it. Probably be better to do it on here, Mary. Trim that down. Now this is the back. And I'm not worried about how too neat this is because this part is going to the back. This part is the front, is where we're going to put this. And the sides will flip around that way and that way. And I'll probably have to cut it there. Let's go ahead and put that back. I might put a fabric in the inside. See what I have. I don't know if I want to use one of those quilt squares or not. They're kind of grungy. I need to wash them. Or I think they are. I hope I'm not offending Rebecca. But usually she puts things in there really nice in my packages, and those were just kind of tossed in there more for padding. So I think they probably just were some that she'd gotten at a sale or something. I don't know. I don't think I bought those. I might have. I don't remember what I bought. Maybe I did. Maybe I said, ooh, that's a bargain, and bought them. I hope she's not listening. I don't think she comes to my channel much. I don't know. It does have an open time on this, so if you don't get it the way you want it, you can adjust things. Now, I'm going to have to cut drop things here. So hard for me to see. And one over here. I really don't have much here, but that's okay. This is going to come around. Oh, that kind of matches. Kind of. Yeah, gotta. Easier to cut it here. Those two lines match. This one kind of doesn't, but these match. Doesn't matter. I could cut that down a little. No, that's better, I think. You get your glue out from underneath the rim of your jar. That's what I like to use. I like to pull it from there so I know that I'm not wasting my glue leaving it under the rim. Kind of dry there. Come at it this way. I need a towel, need a paper rather than a towel, but that was handy. Not working. of scratch paper. All the papers I have, I never have a scratch paper when I want it. Now, the inside, the bottom I'm not going to worry about. This is the bottom and that's the back. So the bottom will get covered up by the bottom of the book, and the back will go in the spine. So, I'm always knocking things down. There goes the paintbrush. Just the cap to my glue that I'm gonna temporarily put the cap on. Let's see what I have behind me. What do I have? Papers. Need to go back in the bag. I'm not thinking that I'm not going to do a quilt square. Let me stand up and move this box. And all the washing. Throw all that in the wash. Meri's saying she's not finding what she thinks she wants. Crafty Lounge, I'm just not having a good morning. I should have known better. Knock everything down. All that I'm stacking boxes up. Put a big box on a little box, and that was a mistake. Maybe I'll find something as I'm picking it up. Meri. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm picking stuff off the floor. Glue sticks that I was looking for. You already had a Picasso lamp. I gotta pick stuff up. It's on the floor. Hold on. This box is in my way. I'll be back in a minute. I'm looking for something that I can put in the middle of that box that suits me. I'm thinking a piece of fabric. I have to find a piece that I like. I'm making a mess. The thing of it is, I took a lot of my fabric upstairs. Ah. Surely there's something in here I can use. None of it that I prefer and usable. Hold on, I'm still looking. I'm gonna bring out my stitching box. All right, let me show you this. I don't know if you guys heard me moaning in there. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I'm going to use this in my sunshine journal. Isn't that cool? I don't know where I got it, but it's cool. And then I brought my stitching box out, which has some fabrics in it that I'm hoping I can use. I want some fabric for along the edges here. So let's see what I have. I have some that I've stitched on. I've got that white dresser scarf. I kind of like that. Go down to the bottom here. We've got some fabric there. We've got some blue. And some purple. Ooh, I like the purple. Might be where I'm going. All right, hold on, let me. Ooh, I don't think I have enough of this though. That would be neat on the inside. That's all I have left, I think, of this. I don't think I have enough of it. I've got some red someplace, but I might have taken it upstairs. We'll look in there, and I kind of like the idea of the dresser scarf, too. These are, I might show you that. And those are cross stitch. Okay, let me sit down. Oh, Mary, what is this? That's my glue jar. Put that away right now. All right, what time is it? Mary's mumbling. She got sidetracked. It's 8:30. I still have enough time to do the inside of this box and show you where I'm going with it. But before we do anything, I want to show you this. I'm slow stitching. One of the pieces. This is not with my scroll. This is just a piece that I took with me, I think, down to the lake. It's not done. What is this? I got a string wrapped around it. K3N would be burying this. Look, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I got little pieces that I'm working on here. And oh, I've got it pinned close. Let me open it up. I want to open it up because I want to see it myself. See, I have caught on to K3N's running stitch. And I just love using it on pieces like this. It's kind of a scroll in and of itself, but it's kind of like a meditation piece. This is what I'm working on here. And the rest of it is basted. It's all basted. But as I'm doing the running stitch, I fold this up. Here's the back. I love the back story as much as I love the, as much as I like the front. I should work on this some more. I've got it in my slow stitch box there, so, whoops, I'm rolling it the wrong way. I'm just rolling it to here. Put those pins back in, if and I can. Hold it closed while I'm working on it. Still got my needle in it. I'll adjust those later. Yeah, I think I took this down to the lake with me, and I think we went down there in October. And these are just pieces I used for it. Put it back in my slow stitch box. I might work on that some more. Just looking at it inspires me to get it out and work on it. I'm looking for, the whole reason I got this out is I'm looking for a piece to put around in here. I'm going to put that, the piece I cut for in there, I'm going to put it back in there, but I'm going to put a piece around there. Now I have this dresser scarf that I've been using for, and that's long enough. I could probably get enough out of there to glue. Could probably glue the whole darn thing in there. Oh, that's my applique. And I'm not sure though, because I'm thinking just something around the edge. A strip. Cut a strip. Maybe one from each side. Is there a side over here? Yeah, I could probably do that. So that's a possibility. Here's that blue I was looking at. I don't think this goes. Well, it could go. It could be fun, but I'm not going to use that. I was thinking the purple would be nice with it. So I think it's between the purple. It's between the purple and the white. The purple, I have enough of the purple that I could cut one long strip. Because it's probably about, I could probably tear a strip. It's probably about 2.5 yards. No, about 1.25 yards. And if I tear a long enough strip, I could, you know, put it, fold it under. So let's tear. I think this is what I'm going to use. Because this I would have to mix in that. I mean, I'd have to tear a couple times. These are just pieces that need to go back in. You don't want to see behind me. I'm just tossing it behind me. All right, this is what I'm going to use. All that trouble. What time is it? Almost 8:45. So I'm going to tear it right about. I want a flop on the back, maybe on the bottom. We'll see. I might have to cover the bottom after all. Put this down and then put a bottom piece around it. So I might tear it here. Get me a working piece and I can handle it now. All right. So this is going on the inside, not on the sides. So I guess I didn't want it on the bottom after all. I want it, I'll use this hem side on the outside, like that. I'll put it in like this, put it down. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the corners, because it has to turn. Maybe I'll have to cut it. Don't really want to cut it. I want to turn it. Like that. Like that. Just grab this on my desk. I'm just figuring out how I'm going to do this right now. Like that. And it'll come way in there. And get it all the same. Things are flying around here. Like that. And I'll figure this all out too. That might be too much. I might have to tear a little, because I was thinking the bottom I might tear a little of this off just to get rid of it. Of course, then I get threads. Throw that behind me. I'll pick it up later. I thought I had a hem side. I guess it was this I thought was hemmed. I don't care if it's raw. I think I'll do the outside first. And then as I work around, this is too much. I'm going to tear about a... Not that much off. All right, probably be too little now. Come this way. No, that's about right. I'm going to glue it on the outside first, all around. Now, what do I want to use? Fine art glitter glue? That fell with my tray. Where did it go? Oh my goodness, Meri is in a mess. I don't know how I could mess things up in well, I do know. I had a craft-a-lunch and everything is on the floor here. I'm looking for my fine art glitter glue. I found it. It's amazing. My whole floor is a mess. It was decent when I walked in here this morning. Yeah, I'll have to fix that too. All right, I'm just going to go at it because I just got a little bit of time here. And let's just say about like that. And I'll have to go in and fix it afterward. How is it going to come? Yeah. And I need a spreader. I'll use my palette knife. I'll have to go around and fix the edges of it that I just want to hold on it. Of course, it's going to fight me all the way. Because, you know, I don't take time to press things. The threads are coming out. All right. And I don't think I have the open time on this fine art glitter glue that I have on the Yes paste. Might want to lift that up a little if I can. Should mark it. That's good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfection in my world. My world is not a perfect world. All right. I'm not going to bother with it. But you know, my things turn out, even though I get frustrated sometimes, I'm always happy when they end with what I've done. I'm never really unhappy with it. Even if it's wonky, it's wonky, but this is pretty good. It's what I'm expecting. Now let's do this. And let's see. Let's cut a bit of this off here. And I think I'm probably getting pretty close to 9 o'clock. Today is Tuesday, so Kathy Berg will be coming on. My clock says 8:52, but that clock might be a little fast. I know I have a clock that's my phone up above differs with this phone that I'm looking at now. Let's see what time this clock says. I have to clean up my mess. It says 8:48. So it's a few minutes difference. So what I'm going to do is not worry about the inside here right now. I'm going to clean off my nozzle here and put the pin back in it. And I want to show you where I'm going with this, and I'll finish this up Thursday morning. I probably will not stream tomorrow morning because I'll probably be too tired. We got a busy day today, and tomorrow night I'm going to be doing the member stream, so it's almost too much for me. So here it is. Just pretend. Let's put that. Hopefully I can get it here. I think that's 2 sheets, but that's okay. So this will go in here. Oh, I need to do this. I have enough purple to do this. I'll do the back. I'll do the back here. I don't have to do the back on the outside, but I have to do the back on the inside. We'll do that tomorrow. So this goes in here, nice and flat and pretty. And then, let me reach for it because I piled everything on top of it. This book that I got from Miss Rebecca, right here. My scissors away, put my pencil away, put my knife away. That's part of my problem. If I put things away, put my painter's tape away. Let's take the blue dot off this book. Oh, it looks like there's a blue dot and a... What did they do here? They taped the blue dot on with... Honestly, why did they do that? Don't like that. I could put something over that. I don't mind the gold dot. Gold dot looks like it belongs there, to tell you the truth. It's dated 1960 at the American Mathematical Monthly. We'll probably cover this with something. Maybe I'll do a slow stitch spine. But this, and I'll have to cover the inside. I don't know. North Texas State College, Denton, Texas, periodical. I might cut that out because I'm going to put my box in here. And what I saw her do, the person that the DIY person, I don't know who it was, I was watching on another channel. I've got enough space on both sides here and here that I can kind of just center between these two, just about between the two. And the bottom of the box will be glued to the back of the book. And the spine will be glued to the back of the box, and then it'll close. Uh-oh, I might have to work with the closing. I might have to work with the closing a little. I think it'll close. I'll put a button, a closure on it. It feels like it might be a little too big. No, it's gonna fit. It's going to fit. I'm gonna have to cover this part. Might cover it with that purple fabric and have the purple, put purple fabric in here. Because it'll match this. And then the whole purpose of this is to have a box that I can put stuff in, like a cigar box out of a book. It's just kind of fun. It's a ginger snap box and a book that I got from, a book cover that I got from Rebecca. I'll have to fool with it a little bit more. All right. We're going to set it aside. I'm going to come out and say thank you for your patience with me today. Shall I use this as my thumbnail? I got my I didn't get them all. I got all the red beards done. And I got the green done on one of them. I got tired of, I can't do production work, you guys. I get bored. I have to do stuff like this. This kind of stuff doesn't bore me. So, ooh, you know, ooh, this would look pretty in there. Not with the pink, but it would go with this book cover. All right, let's just pile this up here. Like so. That'll be my thumbnail. I might leave my thumbnail what I have. I don't know what I have. Let me come out and say goodbye to you. Let me refresh my chat and come out and say good morning. I want to thank you guys for your patience with me. I feel like I've kind of been discombobulated for the last half hour. Two says the books and box fit perfectly. Yeah, I think I need to line the inside cover. I might line it with some more of Jacqueline's paper. Have a great day, Tush. Kimberly says bye. Kathy Berg comes on next. Dar says, I've got to get going to fire up my laptop so I'm not late getting to Kathy's. Have a great day. Kimberly dropped a link. I think that probably goes to Kathy Berg's stream. So if you're around, pop in and say hello to Kathy. Debbie, what Debbie popped in? Says, hi, Deb. Which Debbie? Oh, Deb Farrell. Oh, my goodness. Deb, are you still out there? Oh, my goodness. Deb Farrell. I haven't seen her in in ages. Oh, I hope she still hears this. Hi, Deb. Bye, Deb. Oh, Cindy Daly. I miss saying hello to Cindy Daly. Popped in, said good morning. Joyce Boring was here. Coloring View. I miss saying hello to all of you. I was running around trying to get this box set up here. Jacqueline says, I like washing that stuff with vinegar strips, then down. Oh, strips, then down. With vinegar, strips them down. I'll have to ask exactly what she means. I like to wash with vinegar. Cleans them up. Karen K said, it's sewn together, it goes together. If it's sewn together, it goes together. I'm not sure about those quilt blocks, though. What did Dar say? Churn dash is what the quilt pattern is called. If it's sewn together, it goes together. Oh, that's a churn dash quilt. Well, I think I'm going to dye. I think I'm going to dye those quilt blocks one way or another. Those, I don't know. If even the patterns, though. Churn dash is a good word for it. All right, I think I'm caught up. Dee Dee's gone. And all right, it's 9:01 by this clock, so have a great day, everybody. Thank you for putting up with me. I gotta go clean my floor. It's a mess behind me. Bye.